Right now, you are sitting or standing somewhere, doing something you consider completely normal. Maybe you are scrolling. Maybe you are eating. Maybe you are just breathing and thinking about your day. You feel like a modern person in a modern world. You feel like someone who has figured things out. But the real answer to what you actually are is far stranger than you think. You are an animal. Not as an insult, not as a metaphor. Biologically, taxonomically, undeniably, you are an animal. A mammal, a primate, a great ape. And despite everything you have built and learned and achieved, your body and brain are still running the same ancient code that your ancestors ran 300,000 years ago, and in some ways, millions of years before that. You never stopped being one of them. You just started wearing shoes. That discomfort you feel hearing that? That is also animal behavior. The rejection of the idea is part of the package. Look at your hand right now. Go ahead. That shape, the spread of those 5 fingers, the way your thumb sits apart from the rest, that is not a human design. It is a primate design, 60 million years old. Your hand evolved from the grasping limb of a tree-climbing creature. The same basic structure exists in the flipper of a dolphin, the wing of a bat, the paw of a cat. You share that template with animals you would never consider your relatives. But the bones do not lie. Comparative anatomist Richard Owen called it the archetype, the deep blueprint that runs through vertebrate life. Your hand is an echo of something so ancient it existed before there were forests to climb. And the hand is just the beginning. Think about the last time you were startled. A sudden noise, a car horn, someone tapping your shoulder when you did not expect it. What happened? Your body moved before you decided to move it. Your heart rate jumped. Your muscles tensed. Your eyes went wide. That happened in milliseconds. Faster than conscious thought can travel. That is not you reacting. That is your amygdala reacting. Your amygdala is a small almond-shaped cluster of neurons buried deep inside your brain, and it has been doing that job for over 200 million years. Neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux spent decades mapping what he called the low road, the neural pathway that bypasses your rational, conscious brain entirely and fires a threat response before you even know what you are responding to. That pathway existed in the ancestor of every mammal on Earth. You inherited it unchanged. You are walking around with a 200 million-year-old alarm system firing inside your skull. And it does not only fire for real threats, it fires for emails, it fires for social rejection. It fires when someone does not text you back. Your amygdala cannot tell the difference between a predator in the grass and a notification on your phone. It processes both as potential danger. It floods your body with the same cascade of cortisol and adrenaline that once kept your ancestors alive. The system was never updated. There was no patch. You are running ancient threat detection software on a 21st century problem set. Which is why modern life feels so exhausting without a clear reason. The body is constantly being asked to calm down from emergencies that never fully resolve. Now think about the way you breathe when you're nervous. Short, shallow, fast. Think about the way your skin goes cold when you are frightened. Think about the way your stomach drops when you feel socially excluded. That last one, the stomach sensation, is not a figure of speech. Psychologist Naomi Eisenberger ran a study at UCLA in which participants were made to feel socially excluded inside a brain scanner. The result was startling. The same brain regions that process physical pain, actual bodily pain, lit up in response to social rejection. Being left out hurts in your brain the same way a cut hurts, because for most of human evolutionary history, being excluded from a group was a death sentence. You could not survive alone on the savannah. Social belonging was survival. Your brain encoded that connection at the deepest level. It never unencoded it. You feel social rejection in your bones because your ancestors died when it happened. Watch yourself the next time you yawn in a room where someone else just yawned. You will. You almost certainly will. Yawning is contagious across at least 23 species. Dogs yawn when humans yawn. Chimpanzees yawn when they see other chimpanzees yawn. Even rats show behavioral contagion responses to other rats in distress. Neurologist Stephen Platek linked this to mirror neuron activity and primitive empathy circuits. The same circuitry. You involuntarily yawn because you are a social primate, and social primates sync their bodies to each other. Group cohesion once depended on it. It still runs in you, unasked for, unstoppable. You synced with the person next to you and did not even notice. Consider what you find beautiful. Not art, not architecture, the raw landscape preferences. Studies by environmental psychologist Roger Ulrich found that humans across every measured culture share a preference for certain kinds of landscapes. Open spaces with some tree cover, proximity to water, a view of the horizon, gentle elevation. We do not just appreciate these things. We respond to them physiologically. Heart rate drops. Cortisol levels fall. The body relaxes in a way it does not relax indoors, even in the most beautiful room ever built. That preference is not culture. It is not education. It is a memory in your nervous system of the landscapes where your species survived. The African savanna, you feel peace near water and open sky because that feeling kept your ancestors from dying of stress. Your sense of beauty is a survival map. And then there is the matter of your eyes. You have forward-facing eyes, both eyes pointing the same direction, overlapping fields of vision, excellent depth perception. That is a predator's eye arrangement. Animals that are prey have eyes on the sides of their heads. Wide field of vision, constant surveillance. Animals that hunt have eyes in front, locked on a target. You are built to track, to focus, to close in. You spent millions of years as both prey and hunter, but your eye structure reveals which role your lineage leaned into. Every time you focus on something moving in your peripheral vision and feel a small jolt, that is your predator circuitry twitching. It still checks the edges. You are scanning the room the same way your ancestors scanned the tree line. Evolutionary biologist Neil Shubin wrote that your body is a mosaic of deep time. Layers of evolutionary history stacked inside you, each layer doing exactly what it was built to do, regardless of the world you now inhabit. The brainstem you use to regulate breathing and heartbeat is 350 million years old. The limbic system managing your emotions is older than mammals. The cortex you use to read this, to reason and plan and feel pride about being different from animals, that is the newest addition. A thin layer on top of something ancient. And it does not override the old systems. It negotiates with them. It loses often. The newest part of you is in constant argument with the oldest. So the next time you feel an irrational fear, the next time your heart races for no logical reason, the next time you are inexplicably drawn to a view of open water, you are not malfunctioning. You are operating exactly as designed. You are an animal in an unfamiliar environment, running programs written for a world that no longer exists, doing your best to translate them into a life they were never built for. Right now you are sitting or standing somewhere, doing something you consider completely normal. And now you know that normal is just the most recent word for ancient. You never stopped being one of them. You just started wearing shoes.